All right, here we go. We got ourselves another fresh series coming at you. Spawning down in the bottom right. For Team Liquid, it is Clem. Malem. Dropping a low ground depot. All right. And his opponent spawning up at the top left for Basilisk. It is Reynor. In the red. Now, are we going to see the double racks with this? Likely, but not necessarily a given. Clem is still he's still a Reaper man. But beyond... Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got the rally of this next SCV. That's the timer on this one. It's very simple. Sometimes it's not necessarily about... Oh, Leslie Nielsen is the legend. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes it's not necessarily about... Well, actually, no, it is about optimizing, but it's also about figuring out how to optimize things and make them straightforward. Exactly, Drillarius. Exactly. Now, let's see how Reynor handles this double Reaper. Well, probably going to be triple Reaper. Could be as high as 5. For me, the biggest thing about this build is not the fact that you open up with a very quick, double Reaper or triple Reaper or sometimes even 5 Reapers. The big power comes from the fact that you get an instant wall at the natural. And you can see here that it's only 2 barracks and a supply depot required for this. And I'm a big fan of that. Clem is going to confirm, okay, not an extractor trick hatch first, just a regular hatch first. Reynor will see. Yep. Double barracks in a second. Now, will he send forward far enough? You can get yourself into trouble going too deep. And if your opponent decides to go Marines after this, could be a bit of a problem for you. But could also technically be a 3 racks Reaper, so you got to be a little bit mindful of that. Quick second gas coming in from Clem, so it's not going to be a 4 racks variant of this. Probably going to be a quick factory, 3rd CC, etc. Now, I do like that Clem is set up with his second depot. Oh. Okay. Yeah, all good, all good. All quiet on the Western Front. Probably should have been watching that. I do like that Clem set up with the second depot, walling the front ramp. I think that's a really important aspect of this that gets overlooked a lot. Oh, nice grenade right there. Zoning out the Queen, really doing a great job of keeping them separated from each other. Reynor's got to be real careful that he doesn't lose this Queen. Oh, do not lose it. Oh, but Clem gets baited. Oh, that was a... Wow. I did not expect that. Reynor will be able to keep this Queen alive, I think. Yeah. Yeah, he's bridged the gap towards Ling speed. He's going to be able to take his 3rd base. Oh, losing one of those Reapers and not even getting the kill. Well, I say not even, but not getting the kill on the Queen is quite unfortunate. Ooh, and we actually do see Reynor. Oh. Okay, he is going to be able to find these Reapers. The Reapers, can they escape out? There are Hellions on the way. Oh, nice dodge on the grenade. But, oh, it does give Clem the opening. Reynor really wants to kill. He's going to continue to engage. Will get a bit of a surround on the Hellions. Oh, he gets one. Gets another. This is so brutal for Clem. Oh my god, that was terrible for the Frenchman. Great SCV micro behind this. Oh, but he still loses 2 SCVs. Might lose another. No, he's able to save it. 5 HP. It was very close to going down. That is so bad for Clem, though. That is an absolute dream scenario for Reynor. Clem got caught on the stumbling retreat. And Reynor able to get a monster punish on his opponent. And now double Evo Chamber starts up. Reynor, not only did he scout what was going on, not only did he get the kill on those early units, he scouted what's going on. No add-on. So I think he knows that this is going to be a Liberator follow-up, potentially. Reynor, of course, needs a little bit more gas for that +1 melee. We'll start it up. I'm assuming... Oh, there we go. Yeah, he was waiting for the 100 gas, or I guess 102. Man, that is such a huge pickoff because that was just the Lings that were meant to deal with the Reapers. And they killed all the Reapers, killed the Hellions, killed 2 SCVs, killed 2 Marines. This is just such a bad position for Clem. Reynor has full map control right now. Clem only has the 1 Hellion. Now, Liberator will get spotted. There is nothing in the main in terms of Spore Crawler or Queens. It's just the 1 Queen in each base. And actually, this could get a little bit messy. Reynor sending Lings across the map. We are going to see Clem trying to find an opening here with the double medevac. It is going to be siege tank production from Clem. So Clem not going straight mines this game. Oh, if Clem can get a cancel on this 4th base, that would be a really nice find. Reynor is going to move in with a counterattack of Lings on that 3rd. Oh, target fire on the medevac's getting a fair amount of damage. Marines are doing pretty well here. We are going to see, SCV's pulling into this nice hold position micro. But it does mean that there's actually enough Lings to fight these Marines. Meanwhile, on the other side, the hatchery completes. Does mean the Queens have creep now to work with. And look at how much faster this 1-1 is for Reynor. And he killed 8 SCVs on the counterattack. Clem is in a disastrous position right now. +2 Carapace starts up immediately for Reynor. He doesn't have the gas to go into +2 melee just yet. Started up 5 Banes, and that actually did chew through his gas bank, which was not particularly substantial. He's only on 3 gases at the moment, about to be 4. Which is, of course, 4 is enough to fund Ling Bane. There we go. There's that +2 melee starting up. Clem will be able to clean up a little bit of creep in the middle of the map, but Reynor has a lot of opportunities in this game. Ooh, target fire on the Banes does get almost all of them. One of them surviving with 1 HP. Honestly, I wouldn't mind a transfuse on even just that's this 1 Bane. But I feel like it's probably going to get targeted at some point anyways. But there's so much energy on these Queens, may as well. Queens do complete and rebuild this creep. Clem, he's going to be able to find one of those. Good job from Clem. Gets himself out of the surround. But the Banelings do connect. And target fire took down one of the medevacs. Meanwhile, second... look at that. Reynor anticipated the target fire from Clem. Pulls back that 1 Baneling manually. Nice job. Clem, he is in some big trouble in this game right now. He did not remember his +2 armor or didn't have the money for it at the beginning. Target fire does find that 1 Baneling. Reynor, I think you want to go with that 2-2. He does have Hive nearly, started. Clem really trying to find value with these drops. Transfuse barely keeping that 1 Queen alive, but it does get the save. Burrow is going to complete here for Reynor. I wonder if Reynor's just going to look for when opponent takes 4th and go there. He does have a Hydra Den on the way, as well as a 5th and 6th gas coming online. Actually, wait, that's a 6th and 7th gas. Yeah, he's going up to 7 gases. Burrowed Bane's trying to come in here. Nice on Burrow. Does save one of them. A good scan from Clem. And Clem's starting to turn on the jets here a little bit. Widow Mines. One of them gets a big shot right there. There are Burrowed Banes on the left side. Reynor does enjoy that upgrade advantage that he's carved out for himself, but it is starting to disappear here a little bit. Clem, he might lose one of these medevacs with some units inside. 2 Marines inside there. Still gets himself in a good setup, but loses another medevac with those units inside. Reynor, I mean, he's no longer trading advantageously, but the fact that it's still this close is a very good position for Reynor. Very good situation. Now, no +3 Carapace starting up just yet. And Clem will finish up his +2 melee. These Burrowed Banes. Do you trigger them? Yeah. That was the perfect moment to do so. Finds about 8 or 9 Marines. Widowmine's not burrowed up here, and they will get blasted. Only 2 of them able to burrow. One of them does get a huge shot, though. Still going to be a good cleanup. And on the other side of the map, 14 SCVs going down to a big counterattack from Clem, or from Reynor, I should say. And it is now a 32 worker lead here for Reynor. A couple of Lings did burrow up. Wonder if Clem... I think Clem spotted them, but he just doesn't have energy for scans. And he's been forced to use mules. Reynor continuing to... well, actually, his creep is started to stall out a little bit, but it's still good creep spread. Okay, now there's a scan available. Does he know about... Maybe... Okay, he did know about it. Good job right there. +2 missile and +3 carapace starting at very similar timings here. Hydras are going to be 1-2. They do have both their speed and their range. Clem is still very much on the back foot, but it's not totally over. Ooh, burrow on this lane would be really nice, but not able to do so. We do have Ghost starting up here. Oceanborn is a good map defensively if you can start to set up for it here on for the Terrans. Burrowed Banes, not quite in the perfect position for this army movement. If it were to cross back over the middle, then it would be pretty decent. Couple of mines getting dealt with here. Oh, but there's no detection. So it ends up being kind of a full scout here. Ooh, that might bait the army over this. Well, it baits 2 Marines, but that's about it. Now, there's not a whole lot that deals with lurkers at the moment. Widowmine. Ooh, a little bit of a mine drag right there. There are still quite a few mines behind this. One mine gets a big connection. Last one manually detonated, I think. Kills off the Banelings, I should say. Manually detonated, I think. Ooh, Nidus Worm coming in behind the 3rd. Lurker's going to try and burrow on up. But Clem... he's getting bottled up by his own 5th command center. Banelings do get some decent connections. Clem will clean up the Nidus Worm. Lurkers sieging this planetary. Not going to be able to kill it, I don't think. And in fact, a couple snipes do grab one of those lurkers. Oh. Spread not quite in... Well, not quite in the right direction. Oh, Burrowed Banes. Oh! Oh my god, he's teasing us. Oh, Clem's got it. That was so close, like 3 times. Oh, is this it? Hey, gets a ton of Marines there. God, Reynor is cooking. Will he be able to get the planetary? I think so. Yes, he does. And Clem knocked back down to 4 bases. Gonna have to stim a whole lot of his army over to deal with that Nidus Worm. Reynor has been cooking in this game, but he hasn't been able to knock Clem out just yet. He is now on 2-2-3. Ooh, finds himself a Widowmine as well before it can burrow. Clem is starting to slowly but steadily get his ghost count to a decent number, but he just hasn't been able to ever get the breathing room he's needed. And now we see even a couple of SCVs on a bit of a bad rally. Reynor adding on Infestors. Oh, and he finds a couple of ghosts. They don't have cloak. And so 2 of them do go down. Those are losses that, to be frank, he just cannot afford. Ooh, even a Viking on a bit of a bad rally. Ghost, or Widowmine does get a decent connection. But this is just looking worse and worse for Clem. And now we're going to see Reynor finally going after this base. Oh, and there was a Burrowed Baneling on the ramp that got another massive connection. Reynor popping off so hard in game number 1 and puts himself up 1-0. All right, here we go. Game number 2. Spawning up at the top left for Team Liquid, it is Clem. Melem. And his opponent spawning up at the top right with about 4 play of the games there. With those Burrowed Banes, that Ling catch at the beginning, just absolutely fantastic CVT. It is Basilisk Reynor in the red. Man, he played that so well. That was very impressive from Reynor. Clem, for his part, couple of missteps we don't really expect. He did start to claw his way back in the mid game a little bit, but I mean, first off, we got the big run by from Reynor, which wasn't even really a run by per se, so much as he jumped the first two Reapers, and then the Hellions were kind of instantly put in jeopardy. It was a good surround from Reynor, and then Clem just lost so much. The funny thing is, he actually crisis managed it about as well as you could have. The SCV micro at the tail end was really good. He could have very easily lost like 5 SCVs there instead of the 2 that he did lose. But even losing 2 put him so far behind relative to where he should have been in that position. Like, the Zerg is usually happy if those 12 Lings get the kill on the 3 Reapers and more or less trade out. But the fact that he got the Reapers, got the Hellions, got the Marines, got the Scout, and got 2 SCVs, I mean, that's... to call that a dream start, it actually kind of undersells it. Oh, we've got the... oh, SCV being a little bit sneaky here. Reynor, I wonder if he will end up going for the gold base. Or if he's just going to wait until the Reaper's a little bit more committed. No, he is going to go for the gold base. Okay. Oh, Clem will be able to find a Ling to start off. That's not bad. Oh. He's Reynor trying to bait Clem back in. With 2 queens here. Yeah, you're not getting this. Oh my god, he got it. No way. Well, I have egg on my face, and so too does Reynor. That was decisive from Clem. Oh man, that is actually so tilting. That is so tilting to have that happen to you. Good job from Clem right there. Oh, and behind this, it is going to be double Cyclone production. Starting things off with that. Reynor opening up with a Roach Warren. Wonder if he's going to drop a quick quick gas. Ooh. Overlord speed. Okay. I was like, there's no way. You wouldn't get a quick Roach Warren here and then also get Overlord speed. That wouldn't really make much sense. But he doesn't, to be fair. It was very clearly a misclick. Clem did scout this gold base. It is going to be a 3rd CC into a 2-1-1, I believe. Oh, Clem actually manually targeted the larva, which is kind of funny. Looks like it's just going to be 6 roaches. Yeah, he didn't get Ling speed. Okay. Quite an interesting setup here. I don't know if this is so hot. A lot of creep tumors getting picked off right there, by the way. Reynor going to try and defend with Ravagers. Interesting. Oh, finding that Ravager is big, and he's going to find another one as well. Oh, barely keeps it alive. 1 HP. But I think this is just going to get tapped down at some point. Cyclone's being microed very nicely. Clem. Oh, man, getting so much value with these early Cyclones. And we're going to see potentially this Queen fall. No, it barely stays alive, which is huge because it gets the transfuse on the Ravager. That was actually a really clutch transfuse, but it's not going to save the Ravager. Cyclones getting so much value there. Wow. Wow. That is a lot of value from those early Cyclones. Clem finally going to lose one. Finally going to lose one of those Cyclones. During all this, Clem has pulled ahead in workers. because Reynor is struggling to defend against the Cyclones. He's had to pump out so many units just to try and defend. Man, so well done from Clem right there. Reynor? Oh, he's actually going to push across the map here. Clem doesn't have much at home. This could get very messy for him. But if Clem commits into the main base with the double medevac, oh, this could be very bad for Reynor as well, because he just droned up a whole bunch. We're going to see the repair coming in on the depot. But I think this double drop is maybe just going to end the game. 9 drones already falling. There's nothing here to defend at the moment. We got 7 roaches on the way, but if they come out piecemeal, they're just not going to be enough queens. They're just going to get blasted down. Clem is down in supply. Reynor, can he get in on top of his opponent's production? No, not with that siege tank in a perfect little triangle of defense. And the whole Roach Ravager attack is going to be cleaned up here. On the other side of the map, this drop will get pushed away. But 27 drones going down. Yeah, this is... I think this is unrecoverable for Reynor. There's no way. Absolutely no way. Not with 1-1 nearly done for Clem. He's already on combat shield, stim and combat shields, and he's super far ahead in workers. If Reynor were on like 70 drones now, I still might not be a huge fan of his position just because of the fact that his upgrades are so late. But he's on 48 drones. Yes, he's droning up, but no, it's not going to matter. Clem handling the situation about as perfectly as one could ask. Knowing that, yeah, you either A, are droning up at home, or droning up at home, and I'm going to find even more damage than you can do to me, or B, you're building units, and I can just kind of ping-pong between the bases. Oh, and now the second set of drops coming on in here. That should be a snipe on this Ravager. Oh, no, it gets back to creep. We'll survive for the moment. Clem, though, just playing conservatively with the drops while he techs up. Just cleaning up a little bit of creep, finding what he can. No need to overcommit, really. He's got this game, I would say, pretty much in hand. 2-2 starts up for Clem. Would love to see +1 vehicle weapons as well, since opponent is going for siege or for roaches, so you're going to want siege tanks anyways. And I mean, it's just more power. Yeah, he's already on double factory tank production anyways. Yeah, I think Clem just goes with 2-2, and it's going to be nigh impossible to hold the attack for Reynor. And in fact, Clem will just step into his opponent's army. It's not the greatest fight, but it's not really a bad one either. And look at this army. He's not even going to wait for 2-2. He's just going to go with the first 3 tanks. Oh, fungal growth could be big here. That's a big one. Massive double fungal. And the corrosive biles hit a lot of the medevacs. Another fungal coming on in. There's one more behind it. DPS is not amazing. The entire fight basically taking place outside of the siege tanks. That was exactly the anti-timing Clem wanted to avoid right as his opponent's 1-1 completed. I don't think it's going to matter, though. Well, he certainly didn't need to push in right then. That was a brutal anti-timing, though. And he just got completely blindsided by the infestors. Clem, I think he's just too far ahead now. And now he's going to take the position. Burrow is done. So these infestors are able to kind of shark around here. But they don't have a second set of fungals, not for a little bit. And in that meantime, while they're recharging energy, Clem is getting closer to 2-2. Oh, nice corrosive biles using the high ground vision that Reynor has. Able to take down that siege tank. But Clem still in a super strong position. Ravagers, oh, not able to find this siege tank. Oh, but they get it as it sieges back up. Fungal growth once again. Now the infestors are ready to go. And once more, all the fungals land away from the rest of the army. Corrosive biles just barely getting dodged. Oh, man, really great defense from Reynor so far. But I feel like as much as anything, it's Clem hitting such an anti-timing before this. Now, though, 2-2 is done. However, oh, fungal growths. Oh, they do kill one medevac. Not able to get the second. But the Marines, more importantly, do dodge this. Oh, the siege tanks on the high ground, though, they're starting to really take a toll on this army. And they're starting to hit the mineral line more and more, forcing no more mining at the bottom side of the gold. Clem is still out mining Reynor, at least in terms of minerals. Oh, interception of a couple of units, but it's going to turn into quite a few units going down here. Roaches cut off the rest of the reinforcements. Then that will allow Reynor to clean up the siege tanks before those reinforcements arrive. Honestly, Reynor is playing kind of miraculously to be alive at this point. Clem, though, this is a game that he will want back at this point. Now, it's not out of hand yet. Oh, man, Infestors. Only one of them has died of the 4 that were produced. And they're about to have another round of fungals. First 2 ghosts are going to be hitting the field. Corrosive Bowels will land on that one siege tank. Reynor has now established a 6th base. He's going to intercept at least one tank here. Oh, can he get it? Yes, he can. And honestly, Clem, he has been stimming his army a lot, so these medevacs are real low on energy. Where are the other 4? Did they just pop out, or are they... Wait, where are they? There's 2 more. Oh, yes, okay, they are going for a drop on the top side. And Reynor's got a couple of queens. He responds almost instantaneously. Good transfuses, keep that alive. Spore Crawlers in the main will shoo this drop away. And Reynor, I'm going to say it, he's officially back in this game. He's stabilized. He's down massively in upgrades, like way down. Especially once 3-3 completes here for Clem. But Chitinous Plating Ultras, they're going to be hitting the field against an army that is primarily Marines. There's not a ton of ghosts yet. Very few Marauders. And the siege tank count has been continuously knocked down. My God, Reynor, what a showing of fortitude. Looks like I missed the fungal growth landing on part of that army, too. Now, Clem is getting up to a 5th base, and he's finally going to be able to take advantage of this gold. Whereas Reynor is, well, he's nearly mined out of his gold. He's more than half mined out. Oh, Burrowed Infestor. It does have double fungal, which can be huge. Another Burrowed Infestor here, which is also going to have the double fungal. Oh, the scan finds the Infestor. That's huge. That could have been so much bio going down there for Clem. Now, the one thing I will say is we don't have, despite the fact that the Roach Burrow play has been kind of nice, we don't have any Tunneling Claws. Now, I'm not sure if it's necessary, especially since he's transitioning out of Roaches anyways. Well, he should be. He's getting Ling Speed, getting that +2 melee, +3 Carapace. We do have Ghost Cloak, Drilling Claws coming in from Clem. But this is a game that really should have never gotten out of hand. And it certainly has. Fungal Growth is going to be big right there. He does lose the Infestor, but he cleans up all the bio. Oh, Corrosive Bowels, nice job from Clem, dodges them. Still, I like that Reynor went for that play. At this point, yeah, Reynor does need to find a way to clear out those Roaches. Oh, and as the attack comes in, we are going to see these Roaches going for a little bit of a counter. Any value that they can get is going to be nice. And he's actually able to find a couple of Widow Mines. Gets a Siege Tank. And he retreats on out. And I would say just as importantly, normally it's not as big of a deal in ZVT, but he drags the entire army back home. Now, he's not really buying time for anything. Well, actually, no, he is buying time for extra fungal energy. Ghost count, though, it's at 16 now, and that is a big problem here for Reynor. Oh, Siege Tank. Will get sniped down. Oh, and look at that. He drags the one Widow Mine into the 2 Marines. Heads up play from Reynor to get just a little bit more value. Just a tiny, tiny bit. But we've got to mention, this is Equilibrium. It is a good split map. And this is a map that, yeah, it is not easy to deal with once the Terran gets their side of the map set up. And Clem is securing his 6th base now. He's got sensor towers covering his side. Reynor's done an amazing job of staying alive in this game, but Clem is still trading better. Even if it's marginally. He's still up in upgrades, even once the 2-3 finishes for Reynor. Ling run by, going to try and find an opening on the bottom side, but there's not much to be found here. Oh, and he just kind of gets bopped a little bit there. Actually, a lot of Lings going down. Oh, I heard a Widow Mine. Ooh, it found an Infestor. That's big. Good scans here from Clem. He is paranoid about those bird infestors. Those are the best Zerg late game tool, in my opinion, these days for dealing with that masked ghost composition. Speaking of mass, we've got 6 more command centers on the way here. We're going to see, oh, the snipes absolutely ravaging those ultras. That was what? Yeah, I think all 4 ultras just died right there. I think that was the first 4 ultras to die. Reynor going to try and take one of Clem's bases. And Clem sees this. He also just finished up his first nuke. Nuclear missile ready. Reynor, of course, does have a good bank. But, I mean, so too does Clem. And once the ghost count is this high, it becomes extremely difficult to deal with. Oh, he just killed another infestor. Good job on the scan. Reynor, once again, the fact that he's made anything of this game whatsoever is extremely impressive, but I'm not particularly worried for Clem in this one yet. We're going to see Lings and Ultras looking for an opening here, but the body block, well, you're not getting through this. And both Ultras go down. Siege Tank did die in the mineral line. We will see the Lings getting a little bit of value. Lings and Ultras, as well as Ravagers, looking for a little more. Oh, Banelings turning around on the Ghost as they retreat back through. But good job getting back to the Siege Tanks. We'll be able to hold this position. However, at least we're going to see a little bit of damage coming in from Reynor on the top side. Is it enough? I don't think so, but it's certainly better than nothing. Oh, a decent number of Ghosts go down. Clem's supply did take a bit of a tumble. And he's down to just 10 Ghosts, but it is not over yet. Oh, huge fungal growth, though, comes in on top of the army. Is that going to be enough? Corrosive Bile combo lands on a lot of those units, but the medevacs barely survive. Ghosts down to just 6 now. Reynor, oh my goodness, that fungal growth turned an otherwise very bad set of trades, or at least less than efficient trades, into a pretty decent trade at the end of the day. And now the Ghost energy is also not that high. That was an overcommitment from Reynor, I think, but he is now in a position where breaking the Turtle Terran is very much a possibility. Snipes coming in on the Ravager is going to be good here. Ooh, Lings and Banes trying to connect it on top of the army. Nice hot pickup from Clem. Does save the Ghosts from their surround. But now this game has actually really become dangerous for Clem. Now I changed my tune completely. This is a very big opportunity for Reynor to turn a lost game into a 1-1. He does need Adrenal Glands, though. We're going to see an engagement coming on in. Liberators. Those are going to be tough to deal with. That is for damn sure. You see Corruptors coming on in for Reynor. Ravagers can deal with them. Oh, man, the lack of Adrenal Glands could be huge. No Neural Parasite. Could be, of course, very beneficial here. Oh, Scan will not spot this one Infestor. Won't spot the other one either. Reynor has Infestors ringing the army right now. Oh, Liberator Harass coming on in is... Well, that's going to be annoying to deal with. Oh, Snipe coming in. Nice EMP. Oh, and he finds both Infestors. One of them trying to unburrow on top of this. And that means Clem will be able to retreat on out. Ultra will not get the kill on those Ghosts, what it was dreaming of. And now Reynor's bank is nearly depleted. And Clem, he is the one who has basically matched his opponent's bank. Yeah, the Liberators really were the missing piece in this composition. But now that they're here, things get a lot less scary for Clem. Ling's going to try and run by into the natural. Oh, and they will find the depot wall open. Ghosts, quite a few of them actually going down, despite the fact that Cloak was available. Oh my god, that Widowmine barely burrowed. No adrenal glands. Okay, he realizes now. Oh, he would have killed that Widowmine if it wasn't for the adrenal glands being missed. Quite a few SCVs actually starting to go down. 11 SCVs. And the depot wall may fall as well. We do have building armor, though, so the depots do survive a little bit more easily than they would otherwise. Sensor tower going to get taken down. Quite a bit of chaos being caused by this one Ling run by. Oh, Ultras do force the rest of the army off the front line, which allows the Corruptors to find quite a few of those Liberators. And now the Liberator count is all of a sudden down to just 3. And there's still Lings causing quite a ruckus. A little bit of friendly fire from that Widowmine on top of the Ghost. Not able to kill them. But Clem was doing a really good job of stabilizing. But Reynor got that one Ling run by into the natural. Oh, he's done such a good job, though, dealing with these Infestors recently. Snipes do grab one more Ultra. Marines will come in, will deny this base that Reynor was trying to set up. And now we're on to just 69 drones from Reynor. Clem's, both players' economy is not in resoundingly great shape just yet, but Clem has this relatively fresh base. I say relatively. Actually, no, relatively is the right word. It's not on an insane amount of money. It's already been mined out a little bit due to mules. Still, Reynor is in a position where he needs to break Clem, and he hasn't been able to completely do so yet. Vikings actually contesting the Corruptors. Oh, Liberators turn their fire on this. It is 2-2 versus 2-0. So it's as though the Corruptors have no armor versus the Vikings and the Liberators. Corruptors, of course, with 2 base armor, but the fact that the upgrades are so much better for Clem is starting to actually really become a problem for Reynor. And actually, I think that's actually maybe just secured the game now. Usually, you're used to Corruptors being the dominant force in the sky, but when the upgrades are like this, and you also have the Ghosts underneath to support, can be huge. We're going to see a nuke on the top side, but also, oh, Fungal, no! He gets the EMP again. Nice job from Clem. He has just been shutting down those Fungals left and right. Nuke will... Oh, it's going to grab a couple drones on the way back. But at this point, I just don't think there's anything Reynor can do. I think Clem has survived the scary moment. He's 15,000 resources lost ahead. We are going to see the Ghost. Nuke is canceled. One last-ditch effort coming in from Reynor, but Clem will hold. Snipes the Ultras on the way out. Even grabbing a couple of Queens. And the Vikings just going to kite against the Corruptors very nicely there. And now I'm willing to call it. Ain't nothing you're going to do against this one here as Reynor. Clem up to 23 Ghosts now. Holy guacamole. The fun thing about these Vikings, too, is now they can snipe Overseers, which means that the Ghost Cloak becomes way more effective all of a sudden. Oh, but a Fungal growth could be big. Oh, my God. Fungal! Can he get it? He needs it. It's a biggin'. But there's no follow-through, and the Medivacs will be able to get a hot pickup, just barely saving those Ghosts. However, he redrops in, loses a couple Ghosts, but it's not going to be enough once again. Yeah, I think that this is just too much. We got a little Ling counterattack in the natural. Gonna find a starport. That's not gonna be enough, though. Reynor will get in with another large-scale counterattack. But these Widowmines, well, they're going to do some very nice work to these Lings. Oh, big hits. Meanwhile, one of the last mining bases of Reynor does go down. Ghost Cloak up. Is there detection? The answer is no. Oh, and that means these Ghosts are just going to survive everything. A full surround, but it doesn't matter because he can't see almost any of the units. He was able to see some of them in the middle, which meant that like 2 or 3 of the Ultras could hit. And the Cleaves actually did quite a bit of damage, but not enough to actually get the kills. And, well, it was a hell of a slugfest on Equilibrium. Started out very strongly for Clem. But Reynor fought back, almost turned it around. However, Clem survives and will outlast the young Italian. Another fungal growth does land, and it's a good one. Oh, nice unburrow on the Widowmines, making sure he doesn't get splashed. God, the fungal growths have been really, really nice. But they're just not going to be enough as Clem takes game number 2. All right, here we go. Spawning up at the top left for Basilisk, it is Reynor in the red. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom right for Team Liquid, it is Clem in the blue. Reynor definitely had himself a massive pit to climb his way out of. But he was able to do it. Clem, I will say that that is a game that I think Clem would definitely want back. That was one of those games where I think if you give him the opportunity, he chills out a little bit more. Maybe waits for his 2-2 timing. He definitely wasn't ready for those 4 infestors. Those 4 infestors were the MVP. That might have been the revival of the 4 fester hit squad. The deadliest squad in StarCraft 2 from all the way back in 2010. God, infestors used to be so good. They're still really good. But yeah, no, I really think that if Clem had waited for his own 2-2, or... No, I think that's it, actually. I think if he'd waited for his 2-2, would have been able to... Or actually, yeah, or even had fought before his opponent's 1-1 with the Roaches. Yeah, it would have been a very different scenario. Also, if he'd been a little bit more spread out, a little bit more ready, so those infestors didn't get the massive fungals. Easier said than done. But kudos to Reynor for making a fight of that. And that is the kind of game that if you have the right mindset as the Zerg player there, or as the player, more importantly, as the player that's behind, and you just say like, okay, this game is a lost game. I'm just going to do what I can. Oh, that's really nice for Reynor. Does not get hatch blocked. That's quite a nuisance for Clem. Not the biggest of deals, but when you commit to it... Oh, Reynor wanted to get the body block with the Evo chamber, but that was a little bit too greedy. He's a little bit too far away. Nice job right there for Clem. And picking off an early drone. I mean, we joke about it being GG, but it is actually a pretty high-impact play. Even killing a single worker early on is worth quite a bit. Oh, he almost gets the creep tumor, but not quite. But yeah, Clem got super far ahead with the first 2 Cyclones and Hellions. And Reynor, even though he's on a gold base, definitely was behind. Like, significantly behind, but made some really great moves to try and come back. And I would say, even though it was a tough position and he was probably behind that whole game, he gave himself more than a fighting chance. Clem, he might have one of the most annoying single Reapers in all of StarCraft 2. I don't know if there's anyone whose single Reaper is more annoying than Clem's. Okay, hello, hello. 3cc Marauder Hellbat? Oh my goodness, this is not a build that I have seen Clem do almost ever. I don't know that I've ever seen him do this build, to be perfectly honest. Damn, this is a build that can be very powerful. I honestly don't think Hellbats are in general that strong at the top level, but I do think specifically 3cc Marauder Hellbat is the best version of any kind of Hellbat play. I wonder if this is Clem saying, I want to play the NA Cup, So I'm going to do something that decides the game very early. Reynor did go for a fast layer. Oh, he's trying to go fast mutas. Oh, he's trying to go very quick mutas here. Yeah, he's on 4 gases, no Baneling Nest. That is probably the best case scenario here for Clem. Oh, and with the queen separated here, they are going to get concussive shell slowed. 1, 2, 3 queens go down at the old StarCraft game. And that is a huge set of losses here. Now, the medevac is very low on HP, but these queens are still not all rallied together. They can't be. Clem needs to babysit this medevac a little bit. Nice job right there on the Evo chamber block. Good target fire on that medevac. And that means no more healing on the Hellbats, which is a big deal. But these Hellbats are going to be difficult to clean up. Lings going for this around. We've got Reynor disengaging and re-engaging with those Lings. Really mitigating the Hellbat splash as much as possible, but this is still a very cost-efficient trade for Clem. How many queens went down during all this? 5 queens and 40 Zerglings. The fact that Reynor defended that is so impressive, but actually, hang on. The fact that no creep was cleared, this might still be actually even a good situation for Reynor. Because the creep is already so far forward, and in one sense, it's really good that he's going 3-hatch Spire, because part of what makes going 3-hatch Spire so scary is the fact that while you're trying to get up towards mutas, you're oftentimes having to stare down a really powerful 1-1 push, and you just cannot get the mutas, or well, you can't take cost-efficient fights, and it's so difficult to do. But in a situation like this, where your opponent's upgrades are so delayed, well, now those mutas have a little bit more time to find openings potentially. And in fact, if Clem rallies everything forward, which is exactly what he's going to do, these mutas, oh, we could see a situation. Oh, that's obviously an oopsie. We could see a situation where Clem gets jumped with medevac boost on cooldown, stimmed Marines with no combat shields. Oh, but at the same time, that's a lot of Hellbats here. Oh, these Hellbats really screw the math up, actually, for Reynor, and he's going to just give up this base. Clem will stim forward, guns down a bunch of drones. Yeah, never mind. 11 Banelings are coming on in. We do have the mutas counterattacking right now, but the Marines are just going for it. Okay, well, the situation I was talking about did not unfold the way I was expecting it to at all, or at least not the way I was thinking it could have played out. And these mutas, 2 SCVs is nothing. This Marine Hellbat counterattack, or not even counterattack, just timing, is going to end the game, I think. And now 1-1 and combat shields are going to complete. Oh, he could have targeted the Bane a little bit faster, but still will clean it up. And there is that 1-1. There is that combat shields, and there is game number 3 going in the favor of Clem. Ain't no way Reynor's coming back from this. Good job with the mutas. He actually did find quite a few more SCVs than I expected him to. But he lost the Baneling Nest. He's still not going to be able to clean this up. And in fact, he's going to lose all 3 mutas in the main. Oh, that is so painful. Looks like Widowmine's connected on at least 1 muta each. Reynor, yeah, he's going to be forced to tap out any second. Oh, he's even going to lose another muta. And there it is. GG gets called. Well, it turned out almost exactly the opposite of the way I predicted. But well done by Clem. All right, here we go. Spawning up at the top right for Team Liquid, it is Clem. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom left for Basilisk, it is Reynor. In the red. Honestly, I did not expect that to turn out the way that it did, but with no Banelings, honestly, the Hellbats were the unexpected, at least for me, MVPs of that follow-up push. If Reynor had, 5 or 6 Banes, even without speed, to allow him to blast through those Hellbats, and then the Lings get in on top of the... the Lings and Mutas get in on top of the Marines, then it's a completely different story, I feel like. Could have been very different, but obviously it didn't work out the way that I was thinking it might have. And it just went in the favor of Clement. Kudos to Clem for not hesitating when he spotted the opening. He just went straight for the jugular. And sure enough, Reynor was unable to deal with it. Bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. Clem, once again, I think wants to go for the block on his opponent's hatchery. Let's see if Reynor can... Oh, is Reynor even going to try and take the third? He did start up a very quick ling speed this time. Oh. Clem will be able to get the block at least at the first initial stage. Oh, Reynor able to keep the ling alive for the moment and does get the spore crawler morph. Clem. Oh, nice job. Good job from Reynor. Not able to get the hatch down, but he is able to get the save on the drone, and he gets the save on the creep tumor. Does finally cost him a ling. Clem, oh man. You know, got a little greedy there, but does manage to escape on out. Funnily enough, not something we see often. Third command center started before the third hatchery. Clem really embracing some great stuff. Oh. Clean speed will complete momentarily. Clem, is he going to stay a little bit too long? Nope. He will beeline it out of there. And with Reynor not chasing, this should be fine. Behind this, it's the double cyclone once again. It is that quick barracks, quick second barracks. This is going to be that 3cc 211 off the double cyclone. It can be really strong and very difficult to deal with. Now, you do need good control in the cyclones, but that's what we saw in game number 2. Already going to get an overlord here. Doesn't supply block Reynor, but it will get him close to being blocked. Reynor. Well, you got to be so careful with these queens. It is really difficult to keep them alive against these cyclones. Oh, that is going to be at least... Oh my god, he might get all the queens. 2 queens going down. Finally, the lings pop out and will try and get on top of this. 1 cyclone does get surrounded as well as the Hellion. Oh, he is going to be able to get the last cyclone as well. Good cleanup there from Reynor. And he might even get this last Hellion. Nope, it's going to get into the speed zone and will be allowed to escape. 2 queens, though. 19 lings. And, of course, a lot of lings being forced out. Look at the economy. The Cyclones, they force a big response. A significant response. Clem going into double engineering bay after this. Oh, my goodness. The lings are on the other side of the map. They're going to go for a run by. Both players are going to take big economic damage, potentially. Marines get surrounded instantly before the SCVs can join the fight, and the SCVs trying to mineral walk. This is too many lings. So many SCVs going to go down. Clem taking massive damage. He will find a little bit of damage on the other side of the map. Good spread, though, from Reynor. Oh, drones. 8 drones go down. This is not enough damage for Clem for the number of SCVs that have fallen. Not yet, at least. He gets a 9th drone. I think that's going to be all she wrote, though. Yeah, 9th drone. Oh, man. The 2 players kind of trade positions. Well, not even kind of. That was just a straight up, yeah, double run by. But the Marines got surrounded. If those Marines were behind the SCVs, could have gone completely different, but now it is going to be Reynor who is miles ahead in this game. Not only, of course, did he kill a bunch of SCVs there, he slowed down the full medevac timing. Like, if Clem wants to move out right now, he's going to be doing so without full medevacs. Yep, only 12 Marines in here. And Reynor is ahead in the upgrade timing once again. This was a really rough position for Reynor, but now he's in a very good one. Oh, he's even able to find another SCV with just 4 lings on the other side of the map. And this should be dealt with, I think, pretty easily by Reynor. Yeah, he's going to be able to push this back. Oh, he even gets another SCV. How did that just happen? Where did that come from? One of these lings has 4 kills. One of them has 2 kills, 3 kills, 9 kills amongst 4 lings. Oh, and now they're going to try and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in to get some more. Good snipe on an Overlord there from Clem. Oh, and he's going to find a couple of tumors just before they complete. That's something. Oh, but he's got to be careful with this one medevac. Boost was on cooldown, so it gets dropped to 30 HP. And the Banelings, they find another 4 SCVs and a fresh mule. Almost made it 6 SCVs, but not quite. Clem. Oh, his armory is quite late. So Reynor didn't start his 2-2 right away, but he starts it up reasonably quickly and will retake a significant upgrade timing lead because of the fact that Clem was late on his. Oh, the Queens from downtown got the kill right there on the 1 medevac. That was not a fully loaded medevac, but it did have some units inside, and Clem really can't afford any losses like that right now. He is going to go for 3 additional barracks, going to make it an 8 racks. But I think Reynor's already in a position. I mean, he's already got a stranglehold on this game. Double Spore in the main base. He's going pure Ling Bane. And against a siege tank-based 8 racks, that is very good for the Zerg, especially when your upgrades are faster. Meanwhile, Reynor also getting some of these rocks. Oh, okay, he stops. But if he can take down those rocks, it would be really nice for him. A 3rd Spore Crawler in the main base. Reynor not over-droning just yet. Oh, but he is adding quite a few more. Oh! Looks like the Baneling somehow killed 3 Marines at the tail end there. Clem will be forced back once again. On this bottom side, on this top side. Reynor does see the army.
Mineral field depleted.
It is going to be 2-2 completing very shortly here for Reynor. Clem adding on Liberators. How many tanks does he have right now? He's got 4 tanks. Hive is actually going to be very close to completing. We might see Vipers coming into play for this big fight. 9 Hydras already started up as well as Hydra speed. No Hydra range just yet, but also Burrow is done, and there's so much creep to work through. I don't see how Clem is going to find any momentum in this situation. Now, this is the farthest forward base that Reynor could be trying to contest. Oh, Baneling's going to find some decent connections on creep. However, there are a lot of siege tanks behind this. Clem, if he can draw Reynor into a fight, there is still a chance for this to work out. There are some very well-placed tanks here. Reynor did finish up Hydra speed. Oh, he's got Lings coming in for a bit of a counterattack. Actually, it's going to hit the 2 backline tanks, and we'll be able to take those down. Very nice find right there for Reynor. And the Banelings, oh, they could have found actually a big connection on the Marines, but they actually chew through the Marines anyways. And I think Reynor's just going to have too much. He's cleared out every single tank. There was a burrowed Bane bomb that did get scanned out. Good job from Clem recognizing that. Reynor saying, okay, I can't hold this base. But he doesn't necessarily need to. Ooh, Clem, though, on the bottom side. Actually, if he can knock out 2 bases, hang on. This becomes very messy for Reynor. And I think he is going to knock out 2 bases. Ooh, Burrowed Bane's here trying to... Yeah, no, he's going to click down this base. And there's a 4th command center behind this. All of a sudden, Clem has evened the supplies, taken a big army supply advantage. Oh my goodness, this game completely turned on its head. We will see these medevacs getting cleaned up on the bottom side, but Reynor just lost 2 bases. Holy guacamole. Clem executing this 8 racks very nicely. And now he's cleaned up a ton of creep on the top side. Reynor will go for a little counterattack, but... Oh, what? Nope, not going to be able to find much more. Now, no more SCVs being added on from Clem just yet. Oh, double medevacs. Oh, there's the abduct on 1. Okay, he can't find the other, but that's still a nice pickoff for Reynor. The first little bit of momentum break coming on in here. Reynor is triple expanding right now to try and remake up that base count differential. Oh, Overlord going to drop some creep. That's kind of nice, but even just as the creep gets started, it's going to get instantly pushed back and cleaned up. Solaris does have a lot of good tank spots on it. Good parasitic bombs, but great splits from Clem. Ooh, Baneleys do find a couple of Marines very far forward on creep. There's only 1 siege tank left here. Meanwhile, Lings. Oh, they're going to try and jump it on top of this. There's no adrenal glands once again for Reynor. But he will still be able to get a surround on this. And it is even upgrades. However, the Marines and the medevac specifically bought enough time for the rest of these units to get over here. Burrow comes in, but it will be an insta-scan and an insta-cleanup. Another parasitic bomb comes in. Oh, unfortunately, he dragged it into the Liberator. Oh, but look at that. He unsieges and resieges. Abduct on a tank could be really nice here. There's actually not a ton of units here for Clement. But as I say that, a bunch more reinforcements show up. It's a 30 supply advantage here for Clem. 30 army supply. Ooh, but Lurkers. Abduct's grabbing 2 Liberators and a siege tank there. Does lose 1 Viper, but he gets another siege tank. And there's a lot of creep to work through, and there is so many Lurkers here as well. All of a sudden, the army supply is only 6 different. Reynor starts up his 2-3 upgrades as well. Both players spending all the money they're getting. Oh, big Lurker spines, it looks like, on the bottom side. Already, these Lurkers have amassed quite a few kills. Oh, Baneling Bomb. Oh, but Clem is going to go up the top side. If it had been here, it would have been perfect. Still, it provides vision. Oh, these Buyer units might actually be able to take the fight here. They clean up all the Marines, but good transfuses right there. Lurkers looking for a fight on the backside. Not able to find it. +3 weapons will complete for Clem any moment. I say any moment, it's in like 3 seconds. Adaptive Talons. Going to be joining up the Lurker range upgrade. Oh man, this is an absolute banger of a series already. Reynor not dying to the 8 racks. Taking a ton of damage, but staying alive. And now giving himself, once again, a big opportunity to come back. Oh, look at this. He repositioned the Bane Bombs. Oh, very clever. Oh, Parasitic Bomb will kill that medevac unless he gets the mass repair. Abduct grabs 1 siege tank. Good concave at the top of the ramp, though. And the Lurkers actually get chewed up by just a bunch of Marines and like 2 or 3 Marauders. That was actually quite good for Clem there. A couple of siege tanks, though, do get found on the top side. And there's still not a great answer to Lurkers. Ooh, but a good concave comes in on top of the topside Lurkers, and that will be a big cleanup from Clem. Meanwhile, on the other side, Abduct grabs another siege tank. God, it is still such a precarious position for Clem here. But if he can survive up to a few ghosts, he can certainly start to stabilize a little bit more. However, that is a big if. Especially with +2 missile and +3 melee or +3 carapace about to complete, and adrenal glands coming online. We can see, well, actually, he doesn't have the gas for it right away, but I was just going to say we can see 3-3, so +3 melee, +3 missile startup. And as he gets the gas, he's able to start that +3 missile. Should be starting the +3 melee right now if he's paying attention for it. We do see quite a few queens on this top side. And with them having 2-3, they'll actually, well, they have even upgrades to the bio. And the mass transfuse will be helpful here. Clem snipes down one queen. He was forced to pull the medevacs back against the dedicated target fire on them. And Reynor's going to be able to repair a little bit of this creep. Ooh, lurkers. Will set up here. Parasitic bomb coming on in on the medevac cluster. There's a siege tank in the back here. Will get taken down. Reynor doing a great job of keeping Clem off of the 5th base. You really need that base up and running as Clem in order to get into the ghost count. Reynor starting to build a significant bank now and has also reestablished a fair amount of creep that was kind of hampered. Obviously, he's focused a lot more on the army micro and movement. Oh, there's not enough to defend this pocket base, and we will see a few SCVs going down. Clem gonna try and engage here. Oh, Reynor turning around with the Banes. The Hydras will get a couple of pickoffs, but Clem is gonna be able to hold. Oh, Burrowed Banes could grab quite a few units. Oh, there's Bane bombs everywhere. There's Bane bombs everywhere. Oh, Lurker's going to get scanned out. Be able to snipe down one of them. But I don't think there's enough. Maybe there was enough energy. Might have just gotten it. Oh, Ghosts. Oh, good spread against these Lurkers, but still able to get a kill on one of those Ghosts. Gonna grab a couple. No? Oh my god, look at that. He's baiting the spines and he's dodging them. Great job from Clem. I don't know what just happened there. Oh, Burrowed Bane bombs. Well, I know what happened there. Parasitic bomb on the medevacs, and I think that is going to be all she wrote. The Bane bomb, just gigantic. Yeah, Battle.net decided it wanted to do an update. I don't know why. Oh, we're going to see Lings trying to get into the main. They will get blocked out for a moment, but Hydras from the low ground snipe the one siege tank that had just popped out. Reynor won't be able to break through here. He's going to find a Ghost Academy. That's kind of nice. Ling's finding a bunch of value on the bottom side. It's all planetary, or it's all orbitals. And there it is. GG gets called. Well done by Reynor. We're going to game 5. All right, here we go. Game number 5. Spawning up at the top right for Team Liquid, it is Clem. Malem in the blue. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom left with a great battling back in game number 4. It is Basilisk Reynor in the red. God, that was such a sick game. Absolutely unreal. God, they're so well matched for each other. I'm really happy to see Clem mixing in some more build orders. He did the Marauder Hellbat in game number 3. He did the 8 racks in game 4. Granted, the 8 racks did not win him the game, but he was in a terrible position going into that situation. And it gave him more than a fighting chance. It gave him a really strong position. All right. What are we going to see here in game number 5? Senko. My heart is filled with neutrality. Truly filled. Once again, Clem. Look at that. He creates a nice little home plate. Oh, and then he ruins it. Now it's something else. Just wanting the patrol route. Reynor just taking the vertical third. Better than having your hatch blocked. That's for show. Oh. Good micro with the lings. Oh, but we will see Clem getting a pick off there. Nice job. Oh my god. Ah. That was a lot of low HP lings right there. But he gets the creep tumor down and he gets it down quickly, which he hasn't been able to do. I don't know if he's been able to do that in any of the games. Oh, Reynor. Well, we are going to see a 3cc once again. This time it's second barracks before even building the Hellions. That is so fast. This is a new build. This is a new build, no? Or is this just like, I just want really, really fast? Or wait, no, maybe this is just a super old school build. No, maybe it's just 2 Hellions. We'll see. I think it might be just 2 Hellions and then he swaps the barracks onto the factory. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be really fast. Double medevac. Man, look at this. Look at that. This is so fast. This feels like a speed run. It's going to have the gas for the reactor. There it is. Okay, yeah, so players used to do this before, but usually nowadays we see 4 Hellions with this. In this case, though, just the 2 Hellions, really prioritizing barracks production. Like, how many Marines will he be able to get? Will he be able to get out a full complement of medevacs with this? Yeah, this is a 3cc 211. But like the way it used to be played, that's why I kind of hesitated on it a little bit. Oh, and a third barracks now, too. Very interesting. And look at the timing at which he's landing this 3rd CC. It feels like this build has just a little bit of extra pepper on it out of Clem. It feels like he really wants to win this one. Reynor did get the scout there. How many Marines is this going to be? Am I just... Yeah, okay, yeah. This is just old school 3cc 211. 14 Marines, double medevacs. Yeah. Okay. But it does feel like it's hitting fast. Oh. He didn't wait for the 14th Marine. He says 13 Marines, go. Reynor going single Evo to start things off. So he's going to start things off with +1 Carapace, then add on the +1 melee afterwards. Now, there are 6 Queens here and a fair bit of Transfuse. We're going to get that 1 Marine. No, not quite. What did he... Oh, it's three lings that got killed. Oh, we forgot our +1 attack. Oh my god. Please don't forget that. Oh, it's such a crucial upgrade. He's doing the Beyond thing right now. And not the good version, where it's micro Marines like a boss. There we go. There's the +1 attack. It is going to be late. And that will give Reynor... Well, actually, I mean, there's still going to be a timing where it's +1 armor, but that is so much less effective than the +1 attack. It's not nothing, but it's not amazing either. Quite a bit of creep getting cleared up, but there's already so much on the field. Ooh, there's the double scan. We'll find the last couple of creep tumors on the top side. Reynor trying to respread. Oh, no transfuse to save that one queen. Clem getting a good amount of value. Reynor, if he can save some of this very forward creep, that would be amazing for him. Clem will get pushed back on the bottom side. Reynor, he does save a fair amount of this creep. Oh, Banelings trying to connect, but not able to do so. We will find the, well, we will see the 5th base getting denied straight up. Double armory. What? Is that on purpose? That can't be. That's got to be a misstep. Oh, we might see the base getting canceled again. Transfuse, able to keep these queens alive. They do get low on transfuse energy. I think only 1 transfuse left, but he keeps them alive, and that's the most important thing. Infestation pit coming on in behind this. Drilling Claws starts up here for Clem. He is able to get straight into mines. Actually, no, he built 3 tanks this game. Okay, that's not straight into mines, but he's going into mines behind it. No doubt of that. I do think Siege Tank Mine is, like, a lot of Terrans were doing it for a while, and then it kind of stopped, and I was like, why? And there was no explanation given. They just stopped. But I think it's really good. They pair so well synergistically. Creep spread will get cleared up a little bit in the middle of the map. Good siege tank positionings here from Clem. We are going to see these... Oh, well, Lings and Bane still able to get some decent connections. However... Oh, I didn't even realize there was a tank right here. I was like, siege tank blind. Clem, up 40 army supply right now. He is cooking. Oh, wow. Okay, for a second I thought it was way worse than it was. That's still a really good efficiency. Having to manually detonate like 6 Banes to kill 3 mines is not amazing. Widow Mine, oh, will get dealt with, but there's still so many Marines here. Reynor is definitely in some trouble. Clem, pulls back to the siege tank. Hellbat tanking quite a few Banelings. And these 3 siege tanks are amassing some big kill numbers. 41 kills between all of them. And that number is only going to get higher before they're cleaned up. Transfuse trying to keep these queens alive. Will manage to do so. 42 and counting. And now we've got a drop on the bottom side, drop on the top. Oh, but the Banelings do get a connection here. However, Medivacs unload on the bottom side. First Widow Mine does miss. Second one, friendly fires. Clem will try and pick up. Oh, he actually kind of drops back into the same position. Medivac does get sniped down, but there's not a whole lot behind this. Baneling's desperately trying to morph in to cover this position. And with only 1 Medivac, this could get a little dicey. It does go down to the friendly fire mine. Or no, the Queen's targeted it? I'm not sure. But now there's actually... Oh, there's barely anything to cover these tanks, but they cover themselves. 36 kills on this 1 siege tank. Clem is trying to out-multitask Reynor. Reynor is answering it, but he is still on the ropes. And now the minefield is massive. That's 10 mines all set up here. And they are now threatening the mineral line even. We've got an attempted mine drag coming on in. Not able to get enough done. And the mines are recharged. They shoot... And they score big connections. Siege tank from the very far back will move forward. Hydras are out. And that 1 tank will fall. The Hammer Bros. Sergeant Hammers. One of them getting cleaned up there. But still 51 kills amongst the 2 tanks remaining. Double efficiency coming in from Clem here. Reynor. The fact that he's been holding on so far is miraculous, but he is so on the ropes. And I think this might just be too much with this next push. We got Lurkers hitting the field, but are they going to be enough on their lonesome? I don't think so. Baneling's getting shoot up. Hydras as well. 1 Lurker falls. Second one going to get concaved upon. Oh, but the scan expires. Baneling's coming in from the back. Get a decent couple of connections, but... it's not enough to break the position, and it needs to be a convincing break at this point. Reinforcements not coming across the map just yet. And actually, it looks like drop was cleaned up, but there's the next round of reinforcements. That is likely going to be the end of this one for Reynor. Clem playing a fantastic series. Resources lost once again, nearly double. It is continuing to scale in the favor of double. 20,000 resources lost just before 10,000 resources lost for the Terran. Stims forward in on top of the Lurkers. Will take them down. Will take down the Hydras. And GG is called. Clem makes it 3-2 and takes the ESL Open Cup EU number 219. If you enjoyed that one, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Check out the rest of my videos, and we will catch you on the flip side.